Hey, welcome back to the Tinkerage. This is my 100th video on Tales from the Tinkerage. So, something slightly different today, recorded in a different location to the Tinkerage, just because I needed overhead shooting and it's easier elsewhere with a bit of space. And following actually from a challenge by Andy from Nomaster Creations, I'm going to go through my EDC, my everyday carry, the things that I keep in my pockets and in bags that I might keep for going out on a day-long basis. I'm not going to go through the things that I keep in my car, so it's the things that I carry in my pockets on a daily basis when I'm at home and walking the dog, the things that I carry if I'm kind of going out just briefly, maybe going shopping, or the things that if I'm going out for a little bit longer, maybe visiting somewhere, or the things that I might carry on a day trip. I hope you enjoy it. Straight out of my pockets, literally. What do I carry every day? Well, like a lot of people on a day-to-day basis around about the house, I will carry some clean tissues. I used to carry handkerchiefs all the time, but they're not really very hygienic. Pretty much on me all day is my phone, Motorola G5 Plus. I have a tempered glass screen protector and one of these sort of rubber bumper cases. It's not an OtterBox, it's a Amazon cheap variation. Certainly protected it well nearly all the time. That will be combined with a headset. That is a Goodman's mobile headset. It's got a microphone, no volume control, and this is my second one now. I find they work quite well. I have found with the Motorola G5 that some headsets don't work properly. There is a known issue with the 3.5mm jack on the top. Also every day I will carry with me some dog poo bags. I'm a dog owner, walk my dog twice a day, every day, sometimes more, so I always carry some spare. If I'm in the garden doing something, she does something, I can clear it up straight away. Useful for other things too. If you need to kind of hold something, carry something, if you're collecting conkers, then that's a good thing to do. Next is a small LED torch. This is a Coleman, came as a pack, won't give to my children. It's a single AAA. It does have seals, aluminium, push button on the top, so very, very handy. I probably use that every single day. Also in my pocket every day is my Victorinox Huntsman Swiss Army knife. This is close to 30 years old. I did a lot of research before buying this, and that's the old way, catalogues, magazines and books. And I now carry it in my pocket on a day-to-day basis. Screwdrivers, can openers, scissors. Well, I do need to service these scissors. They're a little bit dirty at the moment, but they became quite blunt after tackling some brambles. Saw, extremely sharp saw. Main blade and small blade, both of which could do with a really good sharpen. Corkscrew, and I carry a little screwdriver for working on spectacles. Tweezers, they get used a lot. And a little sort of toothpick, nail cleaning, pokey thing. And on the back, for leather sewing or making holes. I used to keep it on a key ring or a lanyard, but I found that was less convenient, so I now carry it just loose in my pocket. And then house key, and I keep that with key ring given to me by Rasmus. So I really like that. It's actually quite a decent little tool in itself. I have thought about maybe squaring off one of the corners, flattening off one of the corners to make a screwdriver, but it'll work for some things quite nicely anyway. So that is my absolute everyday carry when I'm round about in the house, constantly in my sort of pockets of my trousers. If I'm just popping out somewhere quickly, obviously I might add some car keys to it. Now we are in the fortunate position of having 2 cars, so I have a car key that is kept separately. I keep a little, it's not really a carabiner, I used to call these carbine hooks, carbide hooks, they're sometimes called carbine hooks as well. That's, you can see how shiny that is from years of being carried. Super strong. That was bought from a caving supply shop. So very, very strong compared to the cheap alloy ones that you can get from pound shops and from crackers. And talking of crackers, bottle opener from a cracker, keep that on my keys. The hook allows me to join the two together. So on a day-to-day basis, around and about at home, short journeys, that's what I'm going to carry. If I'm going shopping, I will add my wallet. It's a fairly straightforward trifold wallet. I've had this for a very, very long time, probably close to 20 years. Textured Cordura nylon. The Velcro is pretty much non-existent now. It does catch if I get it in just the right place. It's not too much of a deal. Fairly standard card holding, so I can keep my loyalty cards, library cards, bank cards. I keep a guarantee for one of my watches for battery replacement, driving license. Also within here, as well as cash, I keep a list of medicines that I take, and I carry some plasters. So very much standard wallet. Keep change in there, keep money, keep cards, but also keep some medical information, my organ donor card, and list of medicines that I take on a daily basis. If I'm taking a different car, then I will take the torch, Swiss Army knife, those car keys, and that house key out of play, and I'll add my assorted keyring. So this is for our more family car, and you can see there is some duplication. Key fob, house key, a utility key. This was given to me as a Christmas present many, many years ago. It's very, very useful. It's from a company called Swiss Tech. It's called a utility key, and it has a number of features. A straight and serrated blade, quite sharp, not amazingly sharp, but sharp enough. Bottle opener, Phillips screwdriver, small screwdriver, and a medium screwdriver. And it's just designed to lock onto the keyring. So it goes on there nice and easily. I have another Christmas cracker bottle opener. This is quite a nice bit of kit. Obviously gets used particularly in the summer, but I also find it quite useful on my roof rack of my car for opening up the covers, the locking covers. This gives them quite a good piece of leverage. Another one of the Coleman single AAA LED torches, and another Swiss Army knife. This is a mini champ. This is actually my second one, as I managed to damage a blade on the first one, which I still have somewhere. If we look at the options here, we have a main blade, quite small, quite sharp, bottle opener and Phillips screwdriver, and a mini pair of scissors. In the end, another pair of the tweezers, very, very useful. It has a built-in pen, and then on the other side we have a cuticle tool. I've also used it as a pry bar, a little ruler and screwdriver, a tool for peeling oranges. Another blade, quite sharp, and a little file, designed really for nails, but perfect for someone's taking a sharp edge off something if it's in the way. So that becomes my going out kit. If I'm going further afield, or I need to take other things, I might grab a bag. And in my bag, well, let's look at the bag first of all. So for short trips, I not need to take much, but I want a few things. This is my bag of choice. It's a Berghaus bladdered. It's designed for running. I've had this a very long time. Again, probably close to 20 years. It's a nice piece of kit. It's got lots of reflectives on it. You can daisy chain, so you can clip bike lights. It does have some really nice features. It fits nicely to the back. It's expandable if you need to carry more kit, so you can actually kind of expand it out to increase the size. It has a belt. I keep that out and just tied up so it doesn't take up much room. There's a little bit of a tunnel there, which isn't much use. Mesh pocket on the outside. No rain cover, but there is a net which is perfect for taking a jacket or a cycle helmet, and I do keep that tucked away underneath. I don't know if Berghaus still make them, but if they do, it is something that's worthwhile trying to get hold of. It has ports for hydration on the straps, so you can go left or right, and it does fit nicely against the back. Not too big. There are other similar sort of sacks available, particularly for sort of cycling and running. Osprey particularly, good manufacturer. So as well as the pocket on the front, there are two compartments, a larger compartment close to the back and a smaller compartment at the front. Just opening up the smaller compartment, space for a number of things. Obviously I might keep my wallet in here if I don't want it in my pocket, but let's see some of the things I carry. So my sunglasses, often on my head, a pouch for earbuds, and in there I also keep some spare painkillers. I normally carry some ibuprofen and some paracetamol. More dog bags. If you're a dog owner, you can never have too many dog bags around. So most of my coats have a dog bag in them. At the moment I have some cough sweets, and then there's a little pouch on the inside of this, the main compartment. There's a zip pouch, which is the sort of place that I would normally put my wallet. So you can see the zip pouch there, so that it's a little bit harder if somebody is trying to pickpocket. And then I have a couple of another pouch which doesn't have a zip, and within that I will carry two sets of things. A notebook. This is quite an old notebook. It's one that I carry. I used to use it as my to-do book. I now just use it as general notes to carry with me, so that's always in the bag. And a small pouch. This is a waterproof pouch which came with a phone cover. Inside there I have some breath mints and a number of pens and a rubber band. So I have pencil, a couple of black pens, blue pen and a red pen, because sometimes when I'm taking notes or trying to write down some ideas, I'll use different colours. So that's in the front of the bladdered. In the back I'll often carry a book or a notebook with me. This is my maker book. This is where I record ideas for projects, ideas for videos, ideas for particular aspects of a project. So I might sketch out different ideas. If I know I'm going to be working on something like that, I'll take that with me. If I know I'm going somewhere and I'm going to have to wait, I might take a reading book, and that will fit in as well. I might carry a reading book, so it'll take quite a decent sized reading book. Not part of my everyday carry to carry Adam Savage's book, but certainly I will have something that I'm currently reading. That will fit in. I'll also often carry some water. This is a Nalgene water bottle, very, very strong, very easy to fill, big neck, so very much something that I would recommend as a bottle. I tend to go for a larger quantity, so this is 3/4 of a litre of water, so not quite a litre. Find that's good for a day when I'm not overexerting myself. I also carry a couple of cotton shopping bags, so if I happen to pop somewhere I need to buy something, rather than get a carrier bag, I will use that. And I carry a plastic bag with some tissues. Suddenly get a bit of a cold or a bit of hay fever, then having a few tissues, or if you're somewhere and you need to go to the toilet and there's no toilet paper, I'm prepared. So with that bag and my pockets, I'm fairly comfortable for going out for a day without too much issue. Not wanting to carry too many things, this is, I think, quite ideal. Sometimes this bag might not be big enough for going out for a day out, say going up to London, and we need a bit more space to carry some things. I might not use this bag, but I'll change over to my Osprey Quasar bag. This is about 30 litres. I can't remember if it's 32 or if it's 28, but it's about 32 litre capacity. This is kind of an urban bag. It's part of their 24/7 series, 28 litres. There we go. The little tag tells me what it is. It's a very comfortable bag, very good quality. Osprey is certainly a company that I would recommend for equipment. I've got cordage on the outside, ideal for stuffing wet coats. Numerous pockets, so we have side pockets suitable for water bottles or an umbrella. There are loops for carrying things like walking sticks or attaching keys, clip-on items. Also useful for lights. So a couple of opportunities there. There's a tag at the bottom for fitting a light on, and numerous pockets. Now there's a few additions that are always on or in this bag. Sometimes I'll take out if they're not going to be necessary, but they generally live in this bag. I would transfer over things like the notebooks and obviously the water bottle. So let's see what we've got. Again, it's hydration compatible with a port at the top. I do have hydration bags, but I don't tend to use them very often anymore. I have a paracord bracelet that I made a few years ago. I keep that on there. It gives me a supply of paracord. It also acts as a little bit of an identifier. I do have identifying marks on the bag as well. I'm not going to show you those because they are things that I know about and I don't really want other people to know about. Outside pocket at the top, I carry a pair of gloves just for emergency use. If there's something happens and there's a lot of blood around and I want to protect myself, maybe I've got, like today, I hit my thumb yesterday, so if that opens up while I'm sort of busy doing something, my blood's getting mixed with other people's blood. That's when there's higher risk. There's lots of blood around. So a pair of gloves will help mitigate that. I also carry a pen and pencil. They just live in that pocket at the top. Going inside, decent size pocket opens out, and you can see straight away that there are some things in these pots. Some insect repellent. This is a 50% DEET mix. I find DEET effective for insect repellent use. It isn't pleasant for some people. Some people do not get on with it. It is not very nice things to have with plastic. I did used to use 100% DEET, or sort of maximum quantity DEET, but that's not something I really need much anymore. A small container of sun cream. This is 50 plus SPF, so ideal for just those. It's a small container. If you get caught out somewhere, I've always got some. And another torch, which, there we go. This is a triple it is a 3 AAA battery torch. I tend to go with torches that will use a standard size batteries because they're easy to get if you're out and about. Zip pouch at the bottom. This is where I might put my wallet or other keys. I keep a little Ziploc bag in there, ideal for putting things in, so say the notebook, particularly if it starts to rain. In the main compartment, at the moment I have a few things. So there's space for a laptop and a tablet or folder. Ideal bag for a student. So again, I have a carry bag, cotton, another waterproof bag. This is just a little dry sack, or stuff sack. It's not really a dry sack, it's not got a waterproof seal. Again, just something that's great for just stuffing a pile of things into to keep them together. I do like using little stuff sacks. And then I have this little fix-it bag. This is actually the stuff sack from an old waterproof jacket. I tend not to throw away things like stuff sacks from waterproof jackets or sunglasses, as they're generally made from a waterproof material or a soft material in the case of sunglasses, but very, very useful. This is not something that I've updated recently, and I know that at least one thing has been taken out, and that's a set of paracord. I normally keep 5 to 10 meters of paracord in here as well, but I took that out for use somewhere around the house, and that's gone now into my paracord box rather than back in here, so I do need to sort that out. I haven't used this bag for nearly a year now, but I shall update it before going out again. So a number of things in here. I'll just empty this out. But I don't worry about it too much with the paracord because I do have the bracelet, which I can always take apart if I'm in desperate need. Some anthracene bite and sting cream. I'm particularly sensitive to insect bites, so I always try and carry some of that. Ziploc bag with some tape. There's some zinc tape and some just adhesive general dressing tape, and a small tube of Savlon. So good for a number of things. Another Huntsman. This one's in better condition because it hasn't been used. The blade has been ground. This one was my father's. Just a refillable lighter. Couple of short zip ties, ideal for repairing things, and then a few more first aid items. So I need to replace that Ziploc bag, but it's a bag within a bag, so I'm not too worried about it. I actually have another bag here, a couple of antihistamine tablets contained in there, some adhesive wound dressings. These are self-adhesive, they're 8.3 by 6 centimeters. I find them very, very useful. I used to carry things like that a lot. I had a tendency in the past to take skin off my shins quite easily, and they are often the perfect size for covering that up. 5 by 5 centimeter non-adherent dressing, obviously to use with tape. Some just regular fabric plasters, elastoplasters from my American friends. some dressing strip, which is cut to your own size, elastoplast, and some hydrocolloid blister plasters. I find them very effective if you've been out for a long day walking and you need to protect a heel. Very, very useful. So I always try and carry some of those if I'm out for a long day. So that's my everyday carry. I hope that you found it interesting looking at my everyday carry. And if you've got any questions about it, please feel free to put them down in the comments. If you've liked this, then please do subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, and you can support me through Patreon. And there's also a Facebook page where I post links to the videos when they come up, and occasionally other things, promoting other people, for example. I don't know if I have to think of something to do when I get to my 200th video. I think every 100 videos I'll try and do something just slightly different. So keep an eye out for that. Hopefully it'll take a little less than the 2.5 years since I started putting the videos up. So keep an eye out. If you've got suggestions, then yeah, make them down below, and I'll try and bear them in mind for the future. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.